Take this with you. Anything you want your madam to do, speak to this lizard. She will obey.
Mommy, but why? I thought you were friends.
Take this now. Your madam thinks she's better than me. Let her work for us. Let her money flow into my account.
The Harmattan wind blew fiercely that evening, carrying dust across the small village as Nena walked briskly towards her old friend's compound. She had tried so hard to balance her job in the city and caring for her only daughter, little Adora. But the stress of juggling everything had drained her. Her eyes carried the weight of exhaustion. Her steps were heavy with worry. She needed help. She needed a maid. She needed someone she could trust. So, she had returned to the village, the place she hoped would offer her peace and a helping hand. Her friend Nkiru was waiting for her outside her hut, smiling too widely, almost as if the smile had been painted on her. The air around her felt strange, like something unseen was lurking behind her cheerful greeting. "Nena, my sister, you came," Nkiru said, hugging her tightly. "Don't worry, I will help you. I will give you my own daughter, Chika, to stay with you in the city." Relief washed over Nena, but she didn't see the brief glint of jealousy in Nkiru's eyes. As she stepped into the dimly lit house, something caught Nena's attention. Just for a moment, on a small table, she spotted a red cloth tied tightly into a knot, as if it held something precious or dangerous. But before she could look closer, Nkiru quickly moved in front of the table, blocking the view. They discussed agreements, and Nkiru spoke sweetly and reassuringly. But the air felt heavy, too heavy. Even the shadows in the room seemed to shift silently. Later that night, long after Nena had gone to stay at her family house, Nkiru quietly entered Chika's room. Chika was packing excitedly, unaware of what her mother was about to do. "My daughter," Nkiru whispered as she pulled out a red cloth, untying it to reveal a dried, lifeless lizard, its form twisted and strange. "Take this with you. Hide it well, oh. Anything you want your madam to do, speak to this lizard 3 times. She will obey." Chika froze, confused and frightened, yet too loyal, too conditioned to question her mother. Then Nkiru leaned closer, her voice sharp and jealous. "Your madam thinks she's better than anyone. Let her work for us. Let her money flow into my account. Remember, behave nicely for the first month. After that, start using it." Chika nodded slowly, fear gripping her chest. The next morning, Nena arrived to pick her up. She thanked Nkiru repeatedly, unaware that behind the smiles and blessings, a plan dark and silent was unfolding. As they boarded the bus back to the city, Nena felt relief. Chika felt fear, and inside Chika's small box of belongings, wrapped tightly in red cloth, something unseen seemed to tremble, as though it had been waiting for the right home, waiting for the right victim. The city light welcomed them, but hidden beneath their brightness was a shadow that followed quietly into Nena's house, a shadow wrapped in red. The first month in the city passed quietly. Nena was relieved. Chika was polite, even helpful, and nothing seemed out of place. The red cloth with the dried lizard remained hidden in Chika's small room, tucked beneath her school books. Nena never thought about it after all. Who would suspect a harmless-looking girl of holding something so strange? But shadows have patience. By the time the first month ended, Chika had learned the spell Nkiru had taught her. She whispered to the lizard 3 times and things began to change. Without Nnenna even realizing, money started leaving her account. Expensive gifts mysteriously disappearing and bills piling up. Nnenna noticed she was always short, despite working overtime, yet she never questioned it. Every time she tried to check her finances, a strange forgetfulness clouded her mind, making her shrug it off. Even more frightening was the way she behaved around her daughter, Adora. Chika would often refuse proper meals for the baby, and Nnenna, without reason, would excuse it or ignore it. She bought clothes, shoes, and sweets for Chika constantly, something she had never done before. Her mind felt heavy, her will awakening, as if some invisible chain had wrapped itself around her heart and her thoughts. One Sunday, Nena went to church. Her head hung low in prayer. The pastor noticed her and she sat in the back pew, trembling slightly. After the sermon, he approached her quietly. "My daughter," he said softly, yet his eyes were sharp. "You are in chains. Chains that no human made. Chains that steal your life and your fortune without you knowing." Nena frowned. I don't understand, Pastor." He placed a hand on her shoulder. "Pray, fast, 3 days. Only then will the truth be revealed to you." She returned home, her heart pounding. That night, sleep came uneasily, shadows twisting in the corners of her room. On the second day, her unease grew. By the third day of fasting, exhausted and weak, she sat down to rest. A vibration on her phone startled her. A message from Nkiru appeared. "Madam, what about the car you promised me?" Nena's stomach twisted. Car? She hadn't promised anything. She quickly opened her banking app and froze. Dozens of transactions, 300,000 naira every month, had been sent to Nkiru's account for months. Her own money, her hard-earned salary, drained. Panic shrugged around her. The house was empty. Chika was at school. Something inside Nena whispered, "Check the maid's room." With trembling hands, she opened Chika's door. There it was, half hidden under the bed, a big, dried lizard wrapped in red cloth. Exactly like the one Nkiru had given her. Her heart raced. She immediately called the pastor. Within an hour, he arrived. They prayed together, loudly and fiercely. The air thickened. The house seemed to shiver, and after what felt like hours, the red cloth shook violently, then vanished. Nena collapsed, tears streaming down her face, relief and horror battling in her heart. Outside, she began to gather Chika's belongings, clothes, books, shoes, throwing them all to the gate. When Chika returned from school, she found her things scattered in the sun, her secret revealed in silence. Nena dialed Nkiru's number. When Nkiru answered, Nena's voice was calm but icy. "You are wicked. I will never forgive this. Stay away from my family or I will involve the police." Chika watched silently. The girl who had been an innocent pawn in her mother's jealousy now understood that her actions had consequences. Nena told her family, "Get out, never come back." After the shocking discovery of the lizard and the prayer with the pastor, Nena thought the nightmare was over. but the shadows of deceit often linger longer than anyone expects. The days that followed were heavy with unease. Every time Nena closed her eyes, she saw the red cloth fluttering in corners, heard the faint sound of whisperings, and felt the invisible weight that had drained her for months. It was as if the house itself remembered the dark secrets hidden within it. Determined to regain control, Nena sought the pastor's guidance again. He instructed her to bless every corner of her home with prayers, salt, and holy water to stay vigilant against deception. While Inenna worked to cleanse her home, Chika had gone to the village temporarily, but the danger was not entirely gone. One afternoon, Nena received another message from Nkiru. This time, it wasn't about money. It was a subtle threat. I hope you remember whose daughter you mistreated. Some deaths are never forgotten. Nena's blood ran cold. Even from miles away, Nkiru was still trying to manipulate events, but Nena had learned her lesson. She did not reply. Later that evening, she prepared dinner. She felt a movement near the floor. A chill ran through her. Something beneath the furniture seemed alive. She grabbed a flashlight and carefully searched the room. There it was, another dried lizard, smaller this time, tucked beneath the sofa, wrapped in faintly red cloth. Her hand shook as she picked it up. She knew immediately this was not Chika's doing. This was Nkiru's final attempt to control her from afar. She called the pastor once more. Together, they prayed, chanted, invoking protection over Nena, her home and her daughter. The lizard trembled violently, the red cloth almost glowing in the dim light. And then, just like before, it disappeared into thin air. Nena fell to her knees, exhausted, grateful, but she knew she could never let her guard down again. The shadows were gone, but the memory of their power remained. The morning after the last prayer, Nena woke up to silence. Real peaceful silence. For the first time in months, there was no strange whispers, no invisible weight pressing on her chest. The house felt warm, safe, alive with light instead of shadows. She went to Adora's room, hugging her tightly. Her little girl, sensing the change, smiled brightly. It was a smile Nena had almost forgotten, the pure, untainted joy. Nena knew she had been tested. She had been drained, manipulated, and betrayed by someone she had trusted, but she had survived, and she had grown stronger. Determined to ensure nothing like that ever happened again, Nena never hired another maid. She organized her life carefully, managing her household herself while still working hard at her job. Every transaction, every expense, she monitored closely. Money no longer disappeared mysteriously. The home she built was safe again, not just for her, but for Adora. Months later, Nkiru called again, hoping to instill fear, but Nena did not answer. She knew that power no longer belonged to anyone who tried to manipulate her life. She had taken back control. One quiet evening, she visited the church with Adora, sitting in the front pew this time. The pastor smiled knowingly. "You are free, my daughter, free to live without chains, free to protect your family, free to trust wisely." Nena whispered a prayer of gratitude, feeling the weight of fear lift from her shoulders completely. She knew shadows would only exist in the world, but lights, courage, and faith were stronger. And from that day on, Nena's house was never again a place of deceit or jealousy. She cared for her daughter, cherished her life, and watched over her home like a hawk, but with love instead of fear. Every now and then, when the wind rustled the curtains, Nena smiled, remembering the trials she had faced. and the shadow she had defeated. The lizard in the red cloth was gone, never to return, and with it, the darkness that had once crept silently into her home. She had learned the hardest lesson of all. Trust must be earned, vigilance must be constant, and no one has the power to control you unless you allow it.
Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section.